folks, and welcome back. We're going to America. We're doing the prototype Gr1 series, and we'll commence this at the Daytona road course. There it is. So it's the GT1 prototype series. We need a car that fits the 950 PP category. So here we are with the Tomahawk VGT GT1, and it has got very few mods. We've just got ballast to bring it down to the relevant level. We're running hard tyres because that's what allows us to get to the PP without adjusting any power settings. And we've got a high RPM turbo, and we've got NOS, nitrous oxide. We've got the nitrous oxide increased to the 50 shot. And here we go, folks. We're gonna take to the track. We're only allowed to use racing hards because that's where our PP is. We're right at the top of the tree. But it's going to be simple. We're going to aim to one-stop this one. If we've nadgered the tyres and they're absolutely blown, we will try and change the tyres. But I don't think that's going to give us an option. I think we've got to try and make one set of tyres work. I also know that we've got to refuel. I've tried to do this the long way and try and run on 6 and try and make it last, and you just can't get round quick enough. So we're running on power 4 right from the start, and as we go round I'll talk you through it. So we've gone full power through that corner. We're going to race this first sector of track. The aim is we've got to get right up on the ringer of the cars in front and get past them. Ideally we want to be running lap times in the 31 seconds to give us a chance at the end. As I say, one-stop strategy. See if we can get down the inside there and bump away past. You've got to be aggressive with the AI if they've got to get past them. So don't let them close the door on you, and if you can, well, I don't even think you can, use them as slipstream as much as you possibly can, but you can't afford to run behind them and just coast your way around the lap. So here we go, giving it a shot of nitrous as we come off this corner. We're allowed to use 20% fuel per lap, that's the target. Braking down into this corner, 5th gear, then a 4th gear, down to 3rd gear to get the front end down, and don't cross that yellow block on the left hand side of that exit. So, as you can see, we've used 17% of fuel at this point for the first lap. We can only use 20% a lap because we have to get to the pits and refuel currently the entire quantity of the fuel tank, all 100%. So as we go over the line, we're going to lift off and just coast down to the corner. As we cross that black centre line, we're going to change down to 2nd, change down to 2nd, and then start again. And that's what we're going to do for 5 laps into the pit stop, 4 more laps. Get up the inside as much as you can, give them a bit of a bump if you have to. What's good is if you bump the cars, they actually go faster than they tend to sit in a bit of a train. So on this one we've bumped and we've just got to try and get past. There we go, we nipped down the back right hand side with a bit of late braking, and we managed to nudge our way through. Here we go, round this corner, braking on the edge of that concrete there, clip that yellow curb and then accelerate hard using the old nitrous to just give it a bit of a touch into the higher gears. Just give it a dab and you should be away. We plan to use the entire nitrous, and we plan to get down to 0% of the pit stop on fuel. We're going to use everything we possibly can. We're up to 10th. Get up the inside, that's the way. 9th place, then into 8th. Getting past the 787B. And this is the target. Now I'm not feeling any pressure at this point. We have got to get up to 4th or 5th, ideally by the halfway. There we go, lift off again, let it coast in, the 7.8B will back off. Don't hit that tyre on the inside. I've hit that so many times and wrecked the race. I've actually run about 10 laps here, 10 different cars. It's cost me $6 million credits to actually get this far. I actually won this car on the roulette, which is quite annoying. It's fortuitous, but I bought the other Tomahawk. So there's a non-GR1 version of this. Look at that, get down there as late as you can, 2nd gear. And at this point we've used a quart of a nitrous, so we've got to save some of that for the pit stop. See if we can pit stop with half our nitrous left. 52%, we've got 12% of fuel left at this point. This is being lap 3. We're running low 132, so ideally we need to get that into the 31s, but we've got a heavy fuel load. We're not using the nitrous as much as we possibly could, but hey, let's see where we are. We haven't really got stuck in any traffic. Got a bit of the grass there, went over the yellow there. Did we save that just at the end, I wonder? 132, 1.37, so that could be us running our first 131, our sub 132. If we run a 130, that'd be awesome. But we've just passed our compadre there, Mr. Hazal, running the Tomahawk. Same car as us. Boom, through the line in a 130, so that's where we need to be. 131s and less, I would suggest. It'll nicely up the inside. Give them a nudge out of the way, that's the way. Keep going. So we're bob on for our fueling. And we're on lap 4. So this one and the next one, and then we're pitting. We're in 4th place, so we're actually very well on progress. We're doing very well in terms of. And the idea is we can win this race and progress on to Suzuka, or where the other race is. I'm not sure where the Europe race is. We'll find that out after we've completed this. Do we give it a little dab on the nitrous? Do we do it now, or are we doing it next lap? There we go, nitrous this time, 4th, 5th and 6th. There we go, into 7th, bit more nitrous, get it up to over 200 mile an hour. Chase these boys down. Mr. Wilk doing 211 into here. And the 3rd gear, we're probably a bit slow there, we could have pushed on a bit. So if we can get past these two boys, it will put us into 2nd place, chasing Mr. Miazano. And he's in the McLaren VGT. So there we go, there's the 1.1 laps of fuel warning. We're on 21%, so we're good. I want to use it all, so let off as you go across the start finish line. We're some 5.6 seconds behind the lead car. He isn't far ahead at all, he's just at the end of the straight. There you go, you see him going around the corner at the far end. Now this was a challenge corner for me. This was the one I couldn't work out, 1st or 2nd. What I've seen some people do is apply some front wing to other cars so that you get more downforce, so you can run that corner quite happily in 2nd. But I haven't done any modifications. I've done no suspension, no tyre ride height, no wing modifications. This purely standard car, apart from nitrous and a mid-level turbo. We've added some ballast just to balance it up to the 950 pp. So if you're talking straight into the race, be able to win it, this is the one. Look at that. We've done 2 130s. The 2nd lap was a 136.47. Just coming round on what is lap 4, right, that lap 5. So we should be pitting on this one. 7% of fuel left. Here we go into here. Came through there at 111 last time, so we increased the lap speed there by 20 mile an hour. And we're 0.15 seconds up. So that'd be a 130.5 lap if we finish this one. 3% fuel. And we're going to go to nitrous and just blow the last of the nitrous off, dive into the pit lane. There we are on 0. The fuel cuts out just as we enter the pit lane, so we're not going to change tyres. Look at that, we've got less than 10% wear. These guys are just running out for the sake of it. And then we're down at 4th and 5th, 6th, 8th, 6th, yeah, 6th place. There's the Tomahawk SRT getting in. Go, no tyre change, at which we sit and wait as the fuel goes in. We're taking all the fuel. We're down to 12th position. That's 12th position on the track. Some people have pitted. Here we go, 14th. Actually, we're in 7th after the reshuffle. Get that overtaking early. That's important to get past the Peugeot, because that can be a quick car if you antagonise it. So without changing tyres, that was a 31-second pit stop, which is heavily frustrating. we give it a dab of the nitrous as we get up to 4th gear. We've got to do the chase now. We're chasing Mr. Miazano, yeah, nitrous on, give it some blast. When I come to change gear, I actually lift my thumb off the R3 button, so I don't use the nitrous during the gear changes. Nitrous, gear change, nitrous, gear change. Yeah, 124s, that was better speed. Behind the 787B again. So Mr. Miazano hasn't actually pitted, it looks like, so he's run on because we're 19 seconds behind. Although I felt we were in the pits for probably 20 seconds in all fairness. Probably. Now we just lifted off because we've got to maintain that routine of lifting off on the start finish line and coasting into this corner. Purely because it really is the only place where you can keep pace of the... Oh, he's talking about, excuse the phrase. He pulled straight across in front of us. There we go, blocking manoeuvres, what you expect from the AI. So we're up to 5th, 4 laps to go. No, yeah, 4 laps to go, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4 of them. Just making this apex. Yeah, this Jag's a beaut. This Jag must have took me out on 6 of the races. It's at this point, you've done it, got clean, and we go to overtake this. I've got 2 words for him, but I can't use them on a live video. Proper... Yeah, one of them. Anyway, he'll take me out now. Or he has done on a good 4 or 5 races. At this point, he pulls across in front of me, so I've dived to the inside just to get out of his way. And I don't know if I'll get a penalty at that point. Through the chicane, breaking down to 3rd, push it on. We go up to 4th. Then 3rd, 2nd, and we get back to that position we were at. Mr. Miazano's gone to the pits with 14% fuel. And we've probably, yeah, we did 121, 231, so that'd have been, yeah, we were stationary for 20 seconds with the fuel stop. Coast into this corner, just keep doing the same routine. Mr. Miazano is back on the track and he's away. He's 10 car lengths in front of us. There he is. So we've now got best part of just under 3 laps to chase him down. There is the McLaren VGT with his number 1 over his roof. And we've got another car behind us, which is Mr. Hizal in the Tomahawk. So he's pushed on hard. He's done well considering we've overtaken him, we've pit stopped it, and he's come back at us. So he's got his toe down and we've got to push. How are we doing for fuel? We've got 55%, so we've got 15% to get back to the line to give us 2 laps to go. And if this guy's got the same built car as us, he's got nitrous and the turbo too. We haven't used nitrous this time round because we're going to save that all for the last lap, I think. Coming up to this here, we could do the overtake, but I don't want to. Down to 3rd. No, we kept it in 4th as we run out. We could have done 3rd gear, but we've got the running on now. We've got slipstream, so let's make the most of it. 7% to make it to the line, then 2 laps to go. Now, I've never been in this position before. I've been chasing him and got wiped out. I've never got to this point. As I say, I bought 6 cars, tried 6 times, done a couple of reruns. We're going to lift off. He's going to come back at us. He didn't. Yeah, I've tried it at least 10 times where I've got written off a couple of times, and ultimately, am I feeling the pressure? Mr. Hizal's gone over the pit stop there, so that's how he was able to catch us up, as he didn't pit. He was on hards, and he's going to pit, splash and dash and go to the line. So all we got to do is not make any mistakes. Tyre wear is great. We've only used 25% of the tyres. We've hammered and bit hard this one because we're doing 131s with the fuel load, a 131.8, 131.6. So within 2/10 on those laps, and we've been improving all the way through. Really improving all the way through. So it's right on our tail. Using nitrous, just pull away 33%, 13% to get to the line. So we got the 20% for the last lap. The question is do I do the lift and coast? Do I run into the corner with the increased speed into here at 120. I missed the entire bit of that curve across the grass. Here we go. And in all fairness, folks, this is a 16-minute lap race. And no, it's not a massive earner, but you can earn in the best part of 1 million credits doing this race 4 times an hour. If you want to, it's a good race to practice. It gets you on it. You can't. So I've not lifted. I have there. We're running much quicker. I've actually braked too late. Look at that. Get it back on the track. We've lost first place on the last lap. That's such a tragedy. We've got to get that back down the inside. Oh, we've overrun, but we used him as a wall to lean on. That's a good save. So we actually did a 1:31.1 that time round. Not a lap record on us, but that is just improving since the end, and this is the final lap. So let's have no more mistakes. And we'll put this into the library of completed races. Finished in 3rd place with the gold trophy. But let's not count the chickens. He is right on our back door. We've got 20% of the nitrous left to go. Let's give it the beans. Let's give it everything. Come on, here we go. We got 14% of fuel left, so done well to keep that fuel managed on power type 4. And he really has backed off there. He's fell back out the mirror. We're going to brake down to this corner and just take this victory how it should be done. 3rd gear. No, we keep it in 4th over the yellow block. He's not applying any pressure. He's not in the slipstream. We've got no nitrous left. All I think I want to do with 5% of fuel left is chuck that gauge to 1 and then run to the line and watch it run out. 3, 2, 1, and we make it across the line with just 0.5% of fuel to go. And that's a victory, folks. I never thought I'd use a Tomahawk. I was always kind of put off as it being a bit of a rampaging beast that you could overclock and just give it everything. But ultimately, folks, that's a really drivable, no mod really, no physical mods, mod car. That's just a buy and race it. So for me, that's great. 15 minutes 30, and that sees us in 1st place. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I really appreciate you doing so. If you subscribe, thank you. If you haven't, please do. Take care. See you on the next one.